Good evening. Guess which Hollywood movie actress sat in this person's limousine? Dawn Berger of Regency Limousine has details. Can a gay person turn straight with reparative therapy? Dr. Jalen Ricks says ex-gay? No way. Watch Roberta's mind run wild with the wit and humor of Sharon McKnight.
Shame on you!
Anti-gay counter-protesters come out in full force at the Proposition 8 Ninth Circuit appeal. And an editorial from Bennett Marks on anti-gay bullying in this January 2011 edition of Outlook Video.
This is Outlook Video with Roberta Gonzales-Gregg and Brianna Gilbert.
Welcome to the January 2011 edition of Outlook Video, your nationally recognized, award-winning news magazine for gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender communities. I am Brianna Gilbert, and all of us at Outlook Video wish all of you a Happy New Year.
And I'm Roberta Gonzales-Gregg, and I second that wish. Starting off this month's show with my People Like Us segment, I talked with Dawn Berger, gay independent owner of San Francisco-based Regency Limousine. Join me later this half hour for some of Dawn's stories about VIPs and celebrities.
Raised as a Southern Baptist in California's Sacramento Valley, Jalen Ricks was taught that pretty much any sex was the devil's work. No surprise then that he resisted his homosexuality for years, even trying so-called reparative therapy conducted by an ex-gay ministry.
Later in our program, Jalen Ricks will join Raymond Donald Hong in our studios to discuss his recent book, Ex-Gay? No Way, Survival and Recovery from Religious Abuse, where he shares his personal journey to integrate positive sexuality with healthy spirituality. Stay with us for that interview.
Same-sex marriage activists gathered outside the United States Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals for Perry versus Schwarzenegger, the federal case that overturned Proposition 8. Anti-gay counter-protesters crashed the party with large signs and verbal taunts over loud bullhorns. Raymond Donald Hong was there at the courthouse and will bring us more details later this half hour.
Outlook Video cameraman John Fausk and I caught up with Tony Award nominee Sharon McKnight. In addition to her professional career as entertainer, cabaret singer, and recording artist, Ms. McKnight is known here in the Bay Area for her long-standing activism and fighting against HIV and AIDS, giving generously of her time and talents. See for yourselves how generous Ms. McKnight is with her wit and humor later in the show, and my lighthearted humor, which even had my mind going wild.
For this month's show, we welcome back to our studios Bennett Marks, a veteran Outlook Video volunteer whose commentaries enriched our shows for many years with their poignancy. Bennett returns to bring us his thoughts on anti-gay bullying.
Now join me for my People Like Us segment, where I find out who that mysterious actress was in Dawn Berger's limousine.
I'm Chelsea Handler, and you're watching Outlook Video.
Welcome to this segment where we honor the people of our community, people like us. Tonight we have Dawn Berger with us tonight, who is the owner of Regency Limousine Service in San Francisco. Dawn, tell us what's so special about Regency Limo Service.
What's interesting about me is that I've had the longest running gay limousine service in San Francisco.
That's what I was getting at. That's really unique.
Can you believe that?
For how many years?
Oh, I hate to think about it. It's 26 years.
But you started off not as being as seeking this career. Tell us a little bit
No,
about
my
that.
background really is engineering, believe it or not.
Hey.
I have a degree in chemical engineering and I have an MBA in marketing. Requirements are very strict in San Francisco.
I guess so.
For drivers. But those were things that my parents, they should rest in peace, wanted me to pursue, and I did. And when I came out here to San Francisco, coming easily through New York, Jersey, and Chicago, and now here, I decided I'm going to start doing what I want to do, and I pursued many, many different areas.
Well, you've been doing it very successfully for 25 years.
Thank you, thank
God. That's
God.
wonderful. And you've had the opportunity to offer services to a variety of people, mostly entertainers, yes?
Well, I wouldn't say mostly. A good part of my business has been driving celebrities. I've been known to be the driver to the stars. In fact, right now I'm writing a book. I'm calling it From the Back Seat. Nothing salacious, although maybe the viewers might want to hear about that. But these are just cute anecdotal stories of the interactions between myself and the celebrities I've driven. It's a good part of my business, but not all of it. I would say most of my business is in the corporate sector.
Well, most of us, when we're sitting in the back seat, we get to be relaxed and comfortable. Tell us a quick little story.
Little story, okay. Let me think. There's so many. I'm
I know,
so
there's
blessed.
plenty to choose from.
I'd have to say one memorable story, though, was with Claudette Colbert. The famous Claudette Colbert. I don't know if many of your viewers will
It
even
Happened One Night.
It Happened One Night.
Yes.
One of her famous movies with Clark Gable. And my father, he should rest in peace, always admired my mother, but he did mention there was one woman he liked. It was Claudette Colbert. And I told her this, and she started to cry because it was very touching to her.
Sweet.
And the first time she walked out of the car, her legs swung out. They were as beautiful as yours. And I said, my God, it looks like you just came right out of the movie. It Happened One Night. But this was in 1984, or many, many years after that movie. But I really liked her.
One other good story is this lapel pin you have here.
Oh, yes.
Tell us what's special about that.
Yeah, I don't know if your viewers can see this,
Yes.
but this is the City and County Seal of San Francisco. And it was awarded to me by the Protocol Office under Willie Brown at the time of San Francisco, because I was the first car onto the Bay Bridge a month to the day after the earthquake. November 17th, 1989, I had the pleasure of driving Tony Bennett onto the bridge. He didn't leave his heart there. He left it back in the city, and we proceeded onto the bridge, and we had a great day. It was a nice celebration, and they gave me a little plaque commemorating being the first car onto the bridge.
That's quite a distinction.
Yes.
And you've had the distinction of driving so many varieties of people with your services. And so if people want to find out more about your services and be one of the very special people in your backseat and give you more stories, how can they contact you?
Okay, you can reach me at www.regencysf.com, R-E-G-E-N-C-Y, SF like San Francisco.com.
And thank you for joining us this evening.
Thank you. My pleasure.